Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Pub Cemetery. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the recently released Figuarts Gamerverse Cyclops. I was really pumped for this one. Cyclops is not only my favorite X-Men, but he's always been my overall favorite superhero, besides Batman. I know that's quite the contrast, but it's true. So I have a few Cyclops figures, but getting this one with the whole Marvel versus Capcom aesthetic was really exciting. All right, so we're going to start with the box first. And as always, if you enjoy this video in any way, please consider giving it a quick like, comment, and possibly subscribe. All right, so taking a look at the box here, got a display window, open display, so you can see the goodies inside. Figuarts, Bandai Namco, Gamerverse, Cyclops, Machinations, Bandai. Got a picture of Cyclops here touching his visor. Some side art over here of Cyclops. And back here we got a couple of photos of Cyclops in various poses. Got one here with him letting off that huge optic blast. Cyclops here on the side. And that's about it. Nice cool little box. As far as accessories go, let's start with the hands. And here we have about 4 pairs of hands. Besides, of course, the hands that he comes equipped with, which are fisted hands. So that's 5 pair of hands in total. We got a variation of hands here with some open hand. And also, you got the hands that, of course, he uses to tap his visor. So a decent selection of hands. So the figure comes with different neck pieces. Here's one. I think there's 2 of them in general. Here's both of them. And I gotta be quite honest, I wasn't too sure why different neck pieces were included. But I guess it's to show or elongate his neck when you pose him with the different heads and the more aggressive optic blast poses. I haven't used them or swapped them out yet, but it's good to have them just in case. And of course, you need the visor that has some of that optic blast residue emanating from the visor itself, and it looks good. I think it does a good job of getting that point across. I dig it. And speaking of optic blast, let's take a look at the first effect that the figure comes with. This is the, I would call it more of a medium size, I guess. Optic blast is more straight and focus based, I guess, if that makes sense. And you can snap it off pretty easily. Comes off easy. And this is the open mouth faceplate that Cyclops has, and you could pop the visor and the effect back pretty easily. So it's pretty cool. And this blast itself is pretty light, not too heavy. So this is the big one. The second effect, optic blast effect here is the big one, the big powerful blast, and it looks great. Look at that. The paint job is awesome. Looks really cool. This one's quite heavy, though. Pops off pretty easily. And this faceplate here for Cyclops is the gritted teeth, looking real angry and also concentrated, right? Pops back in easily. The visor, like I said, this one's pretty heavy, so I don't know how the figure will stand with this effect equipped. Okay, so let's swap out some of these effects with different face plates. It's all pretty smooth. They all interchange pretty easy. As you can see, they all swap out pretty quickly. Snap this one in here. This is the visor with the optic blast residue from the visor. So yeah, hey, it's all pretty seamless. And lastly, before we get to the figure itself, we have this backdrop here for the figure, for that huge optic blast. And we also have some instructions here, some paperwork. I usually don't look at none of these instructions on how to display stuff or interchange parts, but I actually looked at this one so I could take a look at those neck pieces. So cool. Oh, I didn't realize there was a second piece here for the backdrop for the figure, for the optic blast. So it's both pieces. Okay, so here we have the figure itself. Scott Summers, the leader of the X-Men. Cyclops with his with this legendary look here from the Marvel vs. Capcom video game series. We'll take a look at this figure from all sides so you can get a good look at him. We got the back side over here, and then we'll give him another turn so you can check him out from all angles. And then give him one more turn, and then we'll take a more in-depth look at the figure. Alright, so we're taking a look at the first faceplate over here for Cyclops, the neutral sort of expression. Looks good. Gets the job done. I really like how the hair came out. The hair looks pretty cool. A lot of layers and waves going back there. I wish they would have included another hair piece though. At least, something more flowy for like action shots. And here we have Cyclops' cool yellow harness and some pouches here on his belt. He keeps stuff, I guess, maybe some snacks. But it looks good. Going down to the boots. Boots are nice, pretty simple. Got a good little toe hinge here, which is always good for posing. So that's awesome. On the back here, the rest of the harness is simple. Not too much detailing there. Got the rest of the pouches here, and that's about it. Not too much going on here on the back of on the back of the figure. All right, and to swap out the visors over here, quick demonstration. Just pull that hair piece right off, and you got to dig in a little bit here, mostly from the side. Get the visor off, and then you just swap it out. Pretty easy stuff, nothing crazy. And then you take Cyclops' hair piece and just slap that bad boy back on. And there you go. Alright, couple of quick poses over here for Cyclops. This one's pretty standard kind of pose. Next pose here is him getting a quick blast off with his optic blast. Maybe the left leg is sticking out a little awkwardly, but you guys get the gist of it. And for this pose here, we got one of Scott tapping his visor. Always a classic go-to kind of pose. And for the last pose here, we got one of Scott running in motion kind of pose. To size up Cyclops, we'll bring out our trusty PBR ruler, see if he overflows it, but he stands approximately 6 inches tall, and there's been some complaints about the figure's height, and I wish he was a little taller as well. For the first size comparison, we'll put him up against the SH Figuarts Ryu, which is a fitting comparison for the Cyclops figure. Okay, so next we have him here with the Mezco 112 Collective Cyclops and his more throwback, old school, classic looking suit. They look pretty cool here paired together. I have the other Mezco 112 Collective Cyclops as well. I'll probably bring that one out for a future video. And last but not least, we'll put Scott up against the man himself, Canamit from the classic The Twilight Zone episode To Serve Man. This figure is made by Biff Bang Pow. Alright, so overall, in closing, I really like this figure. I honestly would have bought it regardless, even though I might have a couple of, I wouldn't call them complaints, maybe some minor nitpicks. The figure probably could have been a little taller. He's a little on the short side, seems a little compact. That's okay. An extra hair piece would have been nice, but maybe that's just me being a little needy, right? But I'm happy with it overall. I'm looking forward to the other releases, the Wolverine and the Spidey. And if we could get some Capcom figures also, that'll be awesome. But thank you guys for making it this far. If you have, and if you could consider giving it a quick like, comment, and also subscribe, that'll be fantastic. Thanks for watching and for stopping by. Cheers.